to order.
All right, he's calling the meeting to order. We can't hear. Yeah, because everybody's talking.
So it's our first item on the agenda is the reorganization of the mayor board.
We do have to put that on hold. Jerome here has written a letter to the town of Acushnet. The selectmen's meeting, I believe, is going to be August 23rd. And he should be appointed. He was the only person that showed interest. So once he is appointed to the board, then we can do, we thought he was going to be appointed by now, but he wasn't. So we might want to wait till the next meeting where he is serving on the board.
It looks like it might stay, Because the next item will be review the minutes of the previous meeting of June 15th.
Motion to approve the minutes of June 15th.
Second.
All in favor? Motion passes. So review and accept the warrant of June 2022 and July 2022 separately, please. Any questions?
Motion to approve the warrant for June and July.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Director's report.
This is going to be really quick this week because unfortunately we were supposed to close our year end, but our accountant had a family emergency and our year end is not complete yet. So we're hoping to have a special meeting, hopefully by next week, to finish and wrap up our year end. So I do have to table that because of an unfortunate situation. So on my report, our day-to-day activities, Nancy and I have been training for our PHA Web, the new system. We're almost fully complete in having all of our information in PHA Web. It's definitely, it's been a learning process, but it's very easy to learn, and it's easy to use, and it's very self-explanatory. So it's been very good so far. So hopefully we'll have all of that wrapped up by October. And I wanted to discuss the pergola. I just wanted to let everybody know that we did have the sheriff's program coming out to scoop up the rocks so we could go ahead and cement the area. But there was also something that happened to prevent them from coming. So they haven't come out yet. We're still waiting to hear from the sheriff's program to see the next date that we can get them out to shovel the rocks from that area. So we can go ahead and extend the area onto the pergola. People are using it every single day. It's so nice to see people sitting out there. They've had cookouts, the furniture's working out, everything's working out so far. It's nice. Under old business, I did have the gentleman from the town come out. We had a discussion about adding 20 additional parking spaces in the field. I believe we can have it done for under 20,000. He's going to narrow the price down a little bit more so I can go ahead and bring it to the board to see if that's something that the board is interested in doing. But he does think definitely under about $20,000 to add 20 additional parking spaces.
Is that down in the DPW?
Yeah, that's using the cutout that's there already, and he kind of put like a setup to show us the best way it would work and the cheapest way. So we've been working on that with him. And under new business, I will discuss this with the board. We can't vote on it today. We have a few things happening. Under new business, a couple years ago we did get a letter from the state, not the state, but the utilities department, stating that we thought it was the pipes in the ground, that we're now considered a master meter holder. And I was on the Zoom meeting yesterday, and I understand so much more about what this means. So what a master meter means, and it's not only happening in Massachusetts, it's happening all throughout the United States. Massachusetts is the last state that's going forward and making it and mandating all of this. And unfortunately, it has to be done by September 6th. So DHCD is scrambling right now because there is no way that any of the housing authorities that have, and there's a lot of housing authorities in our situation, but it's not only housing authorities, it's like people that own private units, and all of these people have to be in compliance. And during the Zoom meeting, one person said they own properties and it's going to cost them $600,000 to do what the state's requiring, and they have till September 6th to do it. And if not, we're going to be fined. So it's nothing that the housing authority has done. It's something that the state has to, the DHCD has to discuss. So what being a master meter owner means is when the gas pipes come to the heater, that's one thing. That doesn't make you a master meter owner. It's when the gas pipes come through the house and goes to each additional unit, the gas stove room. So there's one of three things we can do. Number one being switch to all electric stoves, but all the gas pipes have to be removed from the walls. That would be number one. Number two would be call Eversource, and I'm going to write them a letter to see if they will take responsibility of the pipes in the wall. That means it's going to cost them money because the pipes have to be inspected so many times, and so that would be number two. And number three would be we take responsibility of the pipes. So that means we'll have to have contracts and people constantly come and inspecting the gas pipes. DHCD right now does not want any housing authority to sign that we're going to take over master meters. So it's all up in the air. The meeting it was yesterday. It lasted till 2:30. They were going to send out a notice to all housing authorities that are involved to see exactly how they're going to fix the situation. I have no idea how they're going to fix it.
They looking at any extensions or anything?
No. So what happened was, like, when I got this letter 2 years ago, I submitted it right to DHCD. Like, what are we going to do? So COVID happened. I'm not sure what happened with DHCD's end. I do know now that about 2 weeks ago, I got an email saying to file for the extension. So I did file for the extension, but the extension was only 30 days. So I'm not sure if the whole job has to be done by 30 days, or if each housing complex that this involves has to come up with a master plan on exactly how they're going to take care of the situation. So it could be just the fact of coming up with a master plan. So I guess DHCD right now is trying to get people together to go out to all the local housing authorities to make the plans so they can be set in the 30 days. If not, the state might have to take some kind of they're going to for each month they give you a fine. So DHCD might have to take the fine until they figure this out. I don't know. They did promise us within I thought within a couple hours I would get the email. I haven't seen the email yet. I haven't had a chance to look this morning.
Whose law is it? Who's the enforcement agency?
It's the LHA. So it's the utility, the National Utility Association. So it's this is throughout the country. This has been happening, but Massachusetts is the last state that's
So the federal government is enforcing it?
Maybe it is the federal government. I can't give you that answer directly, but I know it is the National something of Utilities. So.
There has to be a government agency if we're going to be paying fines. They can't.
Yeah.
A utility company can't decide they're going to fine you for not being in compliance with their own utilities.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with Eversource itself. It's the upper utilities division utilities sound right? I'm not sure. They haven't given us anything yet, just that letter that I gave to everybody in the beginning. So as soon as I get that, I don't know what's going to happen, but it's something that it has to happen soon. So
How many units again do we have there?
we have 60.
60. So
Yep. It doesn't affect our facility because we don't have separate units. In each building there's 8, 4 on each side, but the heater covers all 8 buildings, so that the gas pipe goes to each additional unit. We have already switched over. Mike's not here to answer it, but I think we might have 6 to 8 electric stoves already in.
just doing the math on the stoves, even at, $400 or $500, you're talking $24,000 to $30,000 for new stoves.
And it's not only that, so it's actually the plug that you have to put in. That's like
they're not wired for 220.
Yep. So that every time we switch the stove so far, if somebody's had oxygen, you have to do it. I think it's almost like $800
Wiring.
for the wiring, because they have to go into the boxes, which brings up another, problem, because we don't even know right now, because the board voted to have that electric assessment done, it hasn't been done yet, so we don't even know if we have the proper electric coming into the facility to support everybody having gas stoves, because our main panels and buildings are obsolete, and so are a lot of them in units. And this is,
Closer to $100,000.
I mean, this one property, she didn't say how many units, but she said it was 600,000 for her to do all. And not only that, now we're talking about, you can't just cap the pipes, you have to actually have all the pipes removed. I don't know what that
And
costs.
this doesn't cost us the comp part of each individual housing authority's budget.
The way they were talking yesterday, there are grants, there may be grants available, so we're gonna have to see exactly if DHCD as a whole is gonna, file for grants, or if we as separate housing authorities will file for grants. I'll file for whatever we have to make it as cheap as it can for us. I am sure there's emergency funding through the state, through the capital improvement that we could use. They just try and put it all together really quick and let us know what's gonna happen.
So there's one main gas meter on the property here somewhere, and then it goes to individual meters in every unit, or no?
So there's one gas meter that goes to each heater in every building. Each building has one heater, but the gas goes into the building, I guess goes to the heater, and then it goes to each individual unit. And that's why we consider the master meter, because each individual unit has gas going to it.
And it's unmetered.
It's only, all I know is I get one gas bill, so I'm assuming that means we have one meter, correct? Yeah. There's a bunch of meters out there, but we get one bill, so there's like, I think 4. Mike would know better, but he's not here to answer that, so that's not his. Yes, oh no, that's not it. So the other item that I wanted to speak about, but we can't vote on it until the next meeting, would be, I did get a letter from the Swansea Housing Authority. They are looking for a management company. I'm definitely interested if the board is interested. And like I said, with some of the spending that we're gonna have to come up with, it would be an extra $20,000 to $25,000 in our account that we can use for anything that we see that we need it for. So I'm hoping that each and every member will think about it, and it's only an additional 8 hours that I have to put in, that additional to 18 and a half here. So it's not gonna take any time from my hours here. And Nancy also, she will put in extra time to go to Swansea, and in addition to what she does here.
We talked about it at the last meeting. My only contention was that you guys want to do the extra work, because if you don't really want to be on the hook for taking the work, and you have to find somebody to do it.
Yep, I'm definitely interested. It's only an extra 8 hours a week, and it's right near the house, and I think that it will benefit the Acushnet Housing Authority. So I think it's something we really should do. And then also, like I said today, we have Doug that we hired to fill in for Mike. And the nice part is not only do we have 2 maintenance people, we also have a spare. So if something happens where we could use our own maintenance people, we have 3 people now instead of 1, which makes it a win-win situation for everybody.
Because we'll be running Swansea, and he'll be on the,
Yep, because we're running Swansea, he can actually do work here also. And we do have some issues within the neighborhood that I would like to discuss at a, to do it in, executive session. So I'm hoping that we can have a meeting next week, or maybe at the end of this week. I don't know. I have a couple emails and texts from the accountant. I haven't heard from her. I'm just trying to maybe get her to pinpoint some date that we can get all this done, because it does have to, I believe, be done by August 30th. So just letting the board know that there will be a special meeting towards the end of the month.
that's next week.
Yeah, so we'll be next week.
I missed one item, vote to accept the lead paper certificate.
Well, that we have to table because the accountant doesn't have the packet together yet.
Oh, doesn't have it.
Yeah, no, that's included in the year end, and she's not here to give us the final year end.
Okay, I have a motion to accept the director's report.
Motion to accept.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Looks like we don't have a meeting this night.
Nope.
I think we should post a meeting for next Wednesday, they canceled then.
Can would it be a problem if we did it on Tuesday? Because I've taken next Wednesday off for a while. Would Tuesday be okay?
I think so, can I touch you?
Yes, yep.
Wednesday and Thursday, I'm not around.
All right, Tuesday would actually be perfect. And if I have to come in for just a meeting on Wednesday, I probably can do that, so just let me know.
I'll post it for Tuesday then, 'cause I don't know if you can get her here, but if not, you cancel it. That sounds like that's the only day you're gonna have.
If I can't get her here, we work with that, and well, they might have somebody that finishes all of it, you know, if she's not able to do it. Because we do have a deadline. If we don't have it in and submitted by the deadline, we'll get it written up. So I'm sure there's a way to get it all done, so. She was here Wednesday, and we did work on everything. Tuesday, what's the date Tuesday? Nancy? What's the date Tuesday?
23rd.
Did Christmas?
Yeah, no, August 23rd. She said 23rd.
23rd.
August 23rd at 11 o'clock.
August 23rd is a Tuesday, yes.
Yeah.
So we have our tenants' comments, are we happy? Any complaints? No?
Any tenants' comments?
Oh, that's cool.
Peaceful.
Well, you know something, I got
chicken.
Okay.
because we had problems with the neighbor, like she was saying. And when the police came, they were acting like we were the ones that were starting all the problems. It was her kids, and then the kids act just like she does.
Well,
You know what I mean? And she was threatening all of us.
so
We're all old people. How are we gonna run away from a maniac? She's a maniac.
So the only way I can answer this is, we are aware of the situation. We have spoken to the police. We have put it in legal hands. So, you know, that's the only thing I can suggest at this point. I mean, all I can ask is everybody here, you know what, just, they live there, we live here. Just let's, you know, live our lives and not to bother them. And we're just taking advice from legal counselors, and we will do, you know, we will do what we need to do legally. And
Well, I know for a fact that you could request to have a police drive by every once in a while, and maybe it would make us feel a lot better,
Yeah.
especially Vanessa.
yeah,
I'm concerned with Vanessa, not myself.
yeah. So the police did say that they were gonna, you know, come through and check on things, and I believe that they
I
will.
don't see them yet.
Yeah, so I believe that they will, and, you know, we're really gonna try to rectify the problem, and, you know, we don't want enemies, we just want everybody to get along.
The board is aware of the situation as well, and we are going to look into whether or not it's something we can fence off or something we can do over there, so we're working on it.
Good.
Okay.
I trust that you're gonna do something.
Anything else?
Yes. I've been noticing, and it's happened to me, people coming in to go in the office or whatever, and taking our parking places. Could we put a sign that says parking for tenants only?
It does say that.
Where? I never see
The
it.
numbers.
Well,
Oh, the numbers, I know that.
yeah, the numbers, most people that have their license should know.
Know that,
when
I
there's a
know.
number, that it means that it's a given parking space. And I understand, most people that come to the office are here for 5 minutes. I mean, unless we put a sign in front of every single parking space, then I don't know if we
We
want
can
to do that.
probably ask Dan at the town barn to make us a sign for up front that says no parking in numbered spots.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe we could do it, I mean, I think we need more than one because there's so many different, so we have to
If
see.
you drive by it, come in and you're parking it, then.
And you see
Yeah.
numbers, you're gonna know, hey, I can't park there.
And we could actually put it on the side of on the building too, so when they come into the office, you know, please be aware, you know, do not park in.
Question, we have numbers where visitors are supposed to park.
There's no numbers there, is
There's
there?
no numbers,
I
just
don't-
pedestrian.
Yeah, it says visitor parking. Actually, I did notice the other day that the sun has worn out those signs, so I'm gonna be ordering new signs for visitor parking, because they're very faded. Did you have something? No, okay.
I'm quiet today.
Maybe percent of our resident parking around that.
Anything else?
Yeah, we put a 10-mile-an-hour sign, and I can say that even some of the people sitting in this room right now still going more than 10 miles.
Anything
So
else?
it's hard.
Any more questions? Complete? Good. All right. We already established the next meeting, August 21st, right?
August 23rd.
23rd.
Yep,
Tuesday,
Tuesday.
at 11.
Is that executive
That's an
session?
executive session meeting.
No, there will be a meeting, but we are going to go into executive session, which means that everybody will have to leave when it's being discussed.
To return?
To return.
Summer's over. Any other business? If none, I make a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to adjourn. Thank you.